Yes, people, welcome back to Danny AFC TV. Apologies that I am so late in the stream. I was obviously streaming with another YouTuber, Rich Sports. Shouts out to him and all the gang that was on. I think we had a Brentford fan, a Chelsea fan. But yes, better late than never. Right, we didn't even cover football scores. Listen, let me just get myself organized. Acres has sent a voice note. Actually, do you know what, hold on, just in case it says anything a bit untoward. Leave just missed the boat on that. Guys, shout, here's Lee. Phil's in the building. Good stream. That Rich, I'm still there talking West Ham. Yeah, mate. Yeah, not bad at all. Like not with no ignorance. I felt again like you'd have thought that was my stream. I thought, yeah, that was all pretty decent. Obviously, guys, anyone that watches me regularly will all know what my football knowledge is like. It's absolutely, well, it's on point. It's excellent. Thanks for all my real ones that did join. So hopefully you will come over now. Do get the likes on the video. I'm going to put the link. I'm going to put the stream out there. Please hit the likes on the video. Do be subscribing if we is new, my real ones. And yeah, it was decent, guys. So shouts out to Rich. We had a Brentford fan, another Man United fan, and a Chelsea fan. I could have streamed for a couple of hours of them boys, seriously. WB here just in time. Yay, there we go. That's what we like to hear. Guys, bear with me. I'm just going to put the stream out there. Obviously, you know I've been busy for the last hour, hence why I'm even late for my own stream. Just give me 2 seconds, my people. Hopefully we'll get some of the regulars in. What's the Palace score? Mate, they're 1-0 up last time I checked. Let me just quickly go on my phone because I'm a gentleman. I'm trying to send out my stream. They were 1-0 up. It finished 1-1. Damn. Oh, well. Girona have bottled it in Spain, and that was about it for football this evening. Mate, why do you come in and say the same repetitive thing? It's boring. Like, what is it? Is there not, like, have you not sucked enough D tonight? Like, what is it? Why is it once every week you feel like you have to come and talk rubbish? Manny, nice one. You got to meet Mr. B, the Brentford fan, top fella, and a good mate of mine. Yeah, I hope he wasn't pissed off what I said. I was like, mate, if you lose Thomas Frank, mate, you know what I mean? You're banging trouble. He's punching above his weight. He's doing some incredible things at Brentford. I said I never liked Ivan Toney. You need to get rid of him and spend that money wisely. And I'd stick by that, to be honest with you. Do you know what I mean? Guys, do be liking, do be subscribing. Thoughts on Trossard's goal? Absolutely brilliant, bros. Yeah, what can I say? Yeah, I mean, can't argue with Trossard, innit? I really did think it was a really strange signing at the time, but yeah, mate, I suppose I can't argue with Trossard. Nice one, Phil. Give it a rest, mate. It's boring. Thank you so much, Manny. Cam, how you doing? That's second stream. Tommy and Trossard up top will win the league. Brother, that's not the highest shelf. Like, you've got to think of it even from Champions League level. I'm so sorry, Lee. Not even a rude way. Like, put Ivan Toney and Trossard up front in a going for the Champions League. It's totally different levels, bros, man. I don't know. I'm not happy with it. Why is this Luca putting my name in things? How you doing, mate? Guys, please like, please be subscribing. If we is new, let's try and get a couple of the regulars in. So I haven't had time to put my stream out there. Manny, how are you? Manny will be back on Wednesday. Real ones, obviously. Danny AFC TV, FC Porto, my partner in crime, the commentating extravaganza himself. Manny will be in the building. Eva, long time no talk, girl. How you doing? Shouts out to all of us, whether we're West Ham, East Ham, North Ham, whatever Ham we are, you know. One last time, let's get the stream out. WhatsApp, so sorry, people. 30 short seconds. You. Let's try and get Yui in the building, as you do, and that will do. Okay, guys, that is it. Craig's in the building. Shouts out to you, my brother. Whoa, dog's having a dream. Everything Arsenal that I can tell you, it sounds like from everything that I'm hearing, or it appears like it's the same sort of tactics. We're going to move fast in the summer. 3 signings. The best part of £200 million spent. If it is the same, and I'll say this to Craig as well, it's got to be the right 3 players spent. Zubimendi, not bad. Ivan Toney, not bad. And the third one, Pedro Neto, not bad. But Pedro Neto doesn't stay fit. Ivan Toney's never played I don't want to say competitive game, but he's played about 35, 40 Premier League games in his life. He's never played an international. He's never played a Europa League. He's never played Champions League. I still think it's a big risk. Good stream. Thank you so much, Philippe. Thank you so much. And shouts out to you, my brother. Yeah, shouts out to Rich as well for inviting me on. You know, most of these YouTubers are scared of me. Trossard, the LTA's in the building. Just in time. I don't know. Let's have a look. Not even one. Not even one. Was it a busy stream, though? I don't know if the guys had a busy stream. 1-1. Very good goal. What's happening, Cam? How are you doing? Linda, you are boring. So glad. Yeah, mate, they're all good. Do you know what I mean? And I've realised it isn't the brand new mic I bought or the brand new webcam I got today. I need a new computer, man. It's the mic on the computer, the internal, whatever you want to call him. Not as bad as Brentford, because Brentford, like, they really have punched above their weight. West Ham have got money, and you've got that. Is he from Czechoslovakia? I can't remember. You've got a geezer that's bought a lot of majority of the stakes. Remember, one of the owners died, didn't it? One of your East London boys died. There's going to be a takeover pretty soon at West Ham. I am pretty convinced. Do you know what I mean? Oh, yeah, no. I didn't mean it like that. I was just saying, like, don't sell. I mean, sell Ivan Toney and don't get rid of Thomas Frank. The only thing I fear for Thomas Frank is has he gone as far as he club? Has he gone as far as he can with Brentford? The real one is in the building, certainly. And shouts out to you, Craig. Porto Wednesday with Manny. Fired up for it. Why, man? We should batter them. We're going to batter them. Home and away. That's no problem, girl. We could be in for a shot. Will be tough. Nah, mate. Especially not the former in, mate. Porto, if they were playing against your average Burnleys or West Ham's week in, week out, if West Ham and Burnley was in the Portuguese league next year, they'd finish first and second, I reckon. On speed, though. Yep, shouts out to Craig, your daughter, your missus, and Cam, your missus, and all the real ones and your partners. I'm off to bed. Oh, have a week's holiday on Friday. Beautiful. That means you'll be back and you're both good. Right, guys, what is your thoughts? You don't need me to tell you. And so sorry for you. Let me just like. I didn't want to do it on the hour-long stream. We've heard now Man City have spoke to Mbappe. Everyone told me I was crazy. Mbappe don't want to go Premier League. It's already a done deal to Real Madrid. Mate, he's flirting with other clubs. As much as Real Madrid want him, and they've courted him for years, and they even manipulated PSG and wanted it on their terms. They wanted him on a free. They still haven't come up with the signing on fee or the weekly wages that Kylian Mbappe wants or requires. If Arthur is 200 million plus, then we go for Eze or Elise. Right, Elise is way too injury prone. Eze, I like him, mate. But again, what are you going to do? Play him as a central midfielder? He's a classic number 10. How many do we need? With all respect, Craig, we've got Emil Smith-Rowe, Vieira, Trossard, Havertz, Odegaard. That's 5. They all play attacking midfield. The last thing we need in the summer is an attacking midfielder. As much as I like Jamal Musiala, as much as I think Florian Wirtz is good at Bayer Leverkusen, the last thing we need is an attacking midfielder. Ivan Toney, mate, he's doing well since he got back. I give him his props. Perhaps he's not the answer. Do you know what I mean? I know Jesus doesn't score goals, but you know what I mean? Like, this geezer can't get in the England team, let alone the Brazil team. Like, I don't know. No, he won't be. And that leads me to an interesting question. If Emil Smith-Rowe and Nketiah were to go, brother, isn't Wari going to be promoted? Remember, you need 8 homegrown players. Martinelli, I think, counts as homegrown now. Saliba from next season might count as homegrown. Or is promote Anwari, or we're going to buy a fucking guy like Ivan Toney. But I have heard that we've called our interest in Ivan Toney, which I do believe is a blessing straight from the Lord. Do you know what I mean? The geezer, yeah, he thinks he's the bollocks, mate. He ain't that good. He's not that good, Ivan Toney. All your Liverpools, your Chelseas, your Man City, and your Real Madrid would have chased him. Well, again, bruv, the only way we're going to sell him is if we get lucky. I've heard Jude Musiala is a bit pissed off at Bayern Munich. What about Rice? A good player. He's definitely a good player, world class. You'd think he would be one of our top. Well, he's one of our top earners, but he isn't. Havertz earns more than him. Havertz earns more than Saka. Mate, I don't ever believe it. This is why, again, I'll never forgive or trust Arteta. Like, he has to win the Champions League and the league to make me actually like him as a human being. Like, I'd love to ask Arteta personally, not that he'll probably tell me the truth. Like, is it you're a yes man? Was you forced into this signing? Have we all got, as Arsenal Football Club, got shares in Chelsea, so we secretly have to take one of their rejects? You know what I mean? Willian, Peter Cech, David Luiz. I know I'm forgetting someone. And obviously, yeah, this fool, Havertz. But this one takes the biscuit. It's 330 grand a week. He's our top earner. The only way we get away with that is if Bayern Munich being a bit distable, they lose Musiala or someone in the summer. I don't know if he could go to Bayer Leverkusen. Bayer Leverkusen can't afford 330 grand a week. Neither can Bayern Munich. I don't even know if he wants to go back to Germany, Keir Havertz, but that's the only way we get rid of him. Real Madrid, Barcelona, PSG, clubs like this do not buy players like Keir Havertz. I'm afraid to say. So we're stuck with him. The only way you can do is manipulate a club with a deal. So say Musiala wants, as I said, wants to leave Bayern Munich. He's got 2 years left in his contract at the end of the season. You give them money, you give them Havertz. You get Musiala. Because Bayern Munich won't do a straight swap, will they? Similar with Thomas Partey. He's devalued him now. The most you can hope for is just get the 200 grand a week off the wages. So you go to Juventus or any other fucker that wants him, and you say, yo, can we get Yildiz of you? Do you know what I mean? Zahara, big up Danny. And the real ones, you smashed that stream, bro. Thank you so much, guys. That's what I meant. Danny. And shouts out to Rich and all the other boys that was on there. And again, guys, how many more years are we going to give Arteta this money? So as I say, we may as well lay it to bed. Lee could call it a bit pessimistic or saying that it's an agenda or whatever. And it's not the first time I've heard that word agenda aimed at me because of Mikel Arteta. I don't know. I've seen many managers, whether it was Bruce Rioch, George Graham, Arsene Wenger. Arsene Wenger come to this club, first full season, bang, double. Well, yeah, because as I'm saying, if Ozil, I don't want to say he gave up as a footballer, but he was already a millionaire, and he seemed like, you know what I mean, 10% of his heart had gone, and he went back to Turkey for that club, was it? Yeah, you know what I mean? Was it for now? But anyway, whatever. Like, he still could have got a bit. He could have went to America. He could have went Saudis or whatever. Politically, he probably wouldn't. But forget the political bit. Again, this is the epiphany. The epiphany of Mikel Arteta. You make Aubameyang your top earner, 350, Keir Havertz money. You make him your captain. Then he upsets you, yeah? You get rid of him in January, even though we've only got Lacazette. Lacazette scored only 1 goal that whole season, yeah? And then Barcelona are having a sticky patch, yeah? They get in the top 4, do whatever they do with Aubameyang's help for the last 6 months of the season, and they sell him directly back to the Premier League, to a London club, to Chelsea, for 12 million cash money. Not no add-ons or nothing. Why couldn't Arsenal do that? We've all seen that Amazon documentary. Like, you literally see Edu on the phone actively telling Barcelona, we can't do it on loan. All right, you don't want to pay 350. Just we'll rip up our contract with him and you negotiate your own. That's the only reason why he joined that day. He was getting on an aeroplane to come back to London. All right, sell Zinchenko. Well, you can't get nothing for Cedric or Jorginho. They're both running out of contract. Emil Smith Rowe, 29, Jesus and Ketia all this summer. And imagine how much money you'd save in wages. You're forgetting Thomas Partey as well. 200 grand a week. You know what I mean? Even though he's had 1 or 2 decent games, I think you're forgetting Jacob Kiwior. Jacob, is that his name? Whatever, Kiwior. Who else, bros? You're forgetting a real couple of players that really need to go immediately. Tavares, you're going to get money for. Let's work this out, Craig. Tavares, Kieran Tierney, Lokonga. Would you keep Lokonga? Real talk, guys. He's playing well. Or would you give Jorginho a new deal? For me, this is all the players that can go. Nelson, but remember, you can't sell too many English players because of the English quota. 8 players you need. Jesus, Kieran Tierney, Lokonga, Havertz, Partey, Nketiah, Vieira, Tavares, Zinni, Jacob Kiwior. Jacob Kiwior might be decent as Gabriel's backup dancer. You need 4 centre halves, isn't it? I don't know who replaces Saliba right now on the right. Exactly. We're gonna. I mean, we're not gonna get money. I totally get it. We're not gonna get money for Partey. We've devalued him, but he still earns 200 grand a week. It's gonna be hard to get rid of Nelson and Nketiah because if they want to be idiots, you know what I mean. They're nowhere near halfway through fresh 5-year deals on 100 grand a week. See, the sort of level of club that are going to try and bid for Nelson, say Brighton, or Nketiah, are not going to give them 100 grand a week. So they might do what Johan Giroud done, Svendros done, Lord Nicholas Bentner done, and stay at the club because Wenger gave them exaggerated wages. Bentner, right back, white plane inverted. Okay. Well, Timber takes one of their places, whether it's at the end of this season or fresh again next season. For me, I like Frimpong as well. And we have bruvs. But who gives you money for Vieira? God knows what he earns, and we paid 35 mil. No one gives you any money for Havertz. You have to just pray to God that Bayern Munich have a silly little moment or PSG feel like he could do something. But who's going to give him 330 grand a week? That's brilliant to know, Luca. Do you know what I mean? Who's going to pay these players? Do you know what I mean? And you have to ask yourself across the board, and some of the people are trying to sell. Zinchenko earns a ridiculous amount of money. I don't believe we'll get the 32 mil back, but again, it's a lot of money to get back in wages also. But as I say, guys, there's so many players that can go for me. You know what I mean? All right, keep Kiwior. Let Zinni go. But who would you buy? Nick Nack, what's going on, brother? I like Frimpong, but he's not a left back. Maybe he's going to play Timber at left back, put Frimpong at right back. Ben White can battle with Saliba and Gabriel as a centre half. Jesus, I think it's time to go. But he earns 270 grand a week. Unless it's Saudi, who wants to give Jesus 270? Nketiah, Nelson. We're going to want fees for them. But even if we can get a little 10, 20, 25 million for Nketiah and whatever for Nelson, 15 mil, 10 mil, the club's then got to negotiate how they fucking pay them their fucking 100 grand a week wages. KT, another one. He earns 130 grand a week at Arsenal. We're paying most of his wages at Real Sociedad. It's clear Real Sociedad still ain't fucking gonna go. We still need some squad players. Oh, of course. But again, for the amount of time that Nelson's played, Kieran Tierney's not in the country. Tavares is in Nottingham. Lokonga's in Luton. I'm just saying, you've got to get productive amounts for the people. Like, especially the on loan ones. What's Lokonga on loan for? Surely to get a higher fee. Or is he going to come back? Vieira, what the fuck is he doing at 35 mil? The more wages players are on, the harder they are to get rid of. Exactly. So that means we're stuck for the next 4.5 years with Kia Havertz. Because unless someone's having a sentimental moment, who gives that arsehole 330 grand a week? KT, I love him. We can't go back to Celtic or your average Rangers. He earns over 100 grand a week, mate. Zinchenko earns 150 grand a week. Nketiah, 100 grand a week. Nelson, 100 grand a week. Thomas Partey, 200 grand a week. Now, he hasn't played for so long. Arsenal are devaluing Thomas Partey. What do we do? But the problem is, bruvs, yeah, how can he come good? He's an attacking midfielder, yeah? If you would agree. And he's played on the right a couple of times. I've seen him on the right. I don't think he's a good enough backup for Saka. But anyway, for me, attacking midfielder, why would you add Havertz to that? He added Trossard to that. But he already had Emil Smith-Rowe. He already had Odegaard. He already had Vieira. But he still added the Trossard to it. Still added Havertz to it. How many attacking midfielders do we need? And that's what I'm saying. And that is a very interesting point. Shouts out to you, Nick Knack, yeah? And that is why, and Nick Knack, I want your honest truth. I've heard Arsenal are going to act very similar to last summer. We've got our 3 targets in mind and our 200 million in the bank to go get them. And we'll go get them early like last year. The Havertz, the Timber, the Declan Rice, yeah? If Arsenal did it again and spent the best part of 200 million on Neto, Ivan Toney, and Martin Zubimendi, would you be happy as an Arsenal fan? Because again, with no disrespect to none of them, Zubimendi is nowhere near the Spanish team. For the last 3 seasons in a row, he's been begging Real Madrid and Barcelona to buy him. He's clearly not good enough for Barcelona and Real Madrid. Barcelona are playing the ex-Southampton midfielder, Romelu, in central midfield. Yeah? They still don't want Zubimendi. So that one there scares me. Yeah? 24, no French caps, no other team in the world wants you. And you know, if you, like in Germany, if you're playing well, Bayern Munich take everyone. Well, in Spain, if you're doing well, Barcelona and Real Madrid take everyone. They don't want Zubimendi. Ivan Toney, 28, never scored a Champions League goal, never played an international in his life, hasn't scored a Europa League goal, and played about 35 top-class Premier League games in his career. And he's 28. He's not 18. He ain't coming through the youth at Brentford. He's 28. I find it ridiculous. And Pedro Neto, well, he reminds me of Aaron Ramsey or Diaby. Always fucking injured at Wolves. But when he is on the pitch, he's a blinding little winger. But do you know what I mean? Because of the injury proneness. And we've got Saka on the right wing, and he is a right winger. I don't think it's what we need. So if we got them 3 signings, fuck winning the title next year, I think we're almost at the same level. All right, maybe a little bit better. Do you know what Arsenal need, Nick Knack? And I'm going to stay with this one here. Our 11 is good, mate, barring injuries. Now we need the top shelf. Do you know what puts pressure on Martinelli and Saka? Is a brilliant left or right winger to come in. Not Michael Ellis at Palace, with all respect to him. He's decent, but not the one. Yeah? Even Rafinha at Barcelona. Very good, very technical. Plays for Barcelona and Brazil. Can't be a shit player. But at 27, being older than Saka and Martinelli, it doesn't send out the right sign and the signals. Honestly, in the summer, I see us buying 1 or 2 attacking midfielders. Do you know what I mean? He likes them. Vieira, Havertz, Trossard, Odegaard. I don't know. And we've been linked with an Israeli one. Oscar Glock, I'm going to call him. 19. He plays for RB Leipzig. He's having a very productive season with RB Leipzig. And he's Israeli, and he's got some Israel caps. There you go. Arteta will piss me off and try and sign him. Anyway, to finish that knick-knack, we need the top shelf now. If you want a striker, like, who in God's arse of a name? I'm not saying Jesus is good. Yeah, but he's played for Man City. He plays for the Brazilian national team. How the fuck is Ivan Toney an upgrade? Bollocks. Do you know what I mean? Neto, very good player if he stays fit, but not better than Saka. You need better or the same level. You know what I mean? I don't know. I don't get it. And as for the central midfielder, Martin Zubamendi, I don't know. Nowhere near the Spanish team. Publicly said he wanted to go Barcelona. Publicly said he wanted to go Real Madrid. Publicly said he never wanted to leave Spain. So I'm going to publicly say, you give me Granit Xhaka vibes. Zubamendi, fuck you. No, exactly. So the money Wolves want, bros. That's what I mean. You've got to buy a winger that is actually, literally, going to make Martinelli or Saka, one of the bastards, lose their place. You know what I mean? As for the striker, seriously, you can't be replacing a Brazilian international that played for Man City, yeah, with a guy that's never scored a Europa or Champions League goal or ever played for England. And England dish out caps for fun. Dominic Calvert-Lewin, Eddie Nketiah. So if Tony ain't played for England, mate, alarm bells. So no, the three signings that have been linked mostly with Arsenal, Zubamendi, Tony, Neto. I want none of the fuckers. Saka, Saliba, Rice. He's not elite, mate. He's nowhere near elite. But if you don't see Real Madrid, Liverpool, Man City, Chelsea trying to buy Ivan Toney, mate, he's at Brentford. Not top tier. Bayern Munich could still screw that if Tuchel gets sacked, because at the moment Bayern Munich have said they don't want their player back. They've got a buyback and a release clause agreement with Bologna. There's plenty of players I want to see come in. There's plenty, bros. I was writing just down a couple earlier on. Productive signings for Arsenal right now, honestly. Frimpong. Even though I get scared of players from Germany, Kolasinac, whatever, I think we need another fullback. Cedric's got to go. Zinchenko, I don't like him. And I can't think of a banging left back. Unless you go Alphonso Davies or Balde from Barcelona. Balde just turning 19. His contract's done at the end of the season. But again, Barcelona, the broke little bastards, are manipulating him and will make him sign a deal. Diamonde, very good centre-half, 19. Just won the African Nations of Ivory Coast. Arda Güler, Real Madrid, winger. He's not going to have a future in Spain. They've got Rodrigo. They've got Jude Bellingham. They've got Vinicius Jr. And if they go and get themselves an Mbappe or a Haaland, you know what I mean? It's going to make it hard for Arda Güler. I like another young Turkish kid, Yildiz, Juventus. He looks shit hot. If you want to go get a central midfielder, if you can't get a Kameninga or Tukameni from Madrid, maybe try and get Douglas Luiz, Aston Villa. Firm, strong, not your typical Brazilian, you know what I mean? But there's a lot of central midfield. I even like that. Is it Archie Gray? At Leeds, just turned 18. We need another central defender. We've heard a lot about Gerald Hato, the Ajax guy. Been a regular at Ajax since he was 17 years old. He's just turned 18. Now, he's just about to sign a new deal with Ajax, but I hear that will contain a release clause. I'm going to have to watch him 1 or 2 more times. I've watched him twice. Once I thought he was pathetic, and the other day I thought he done all right at Lazio. I don't know. Okay, and I get that. So for me, like, there's so many little young good wingers. Arda Güler, Real Madrid. He ain't been given a chance. Danny Ceballos is coming off the bench. The kid that Brentford and Tottenham were linked with, he's looked shit hot as well. Do you know what I mean? For Club Brugge. And these kids at 17, 18 have actually played European football. He's 6'5". We're not that sort of whipping the cross and make these as head of the ball. I don't know. And you have to ask me, is he coming in and either Nketiah or Jesus goes? So let's say Nketiah goes. Is it him and Jesus battling for goals next year? Because I can promise you, Jesus gets like 10 goals a season. This guy scored 10 goals in his life. Bayern Munich didn't get rid of him for no reason. They only had Eric Choupo-Moting, whatever his name is. Why? How, mate? Mintoma, the problem is, where has he been for the last 7 years? He's 25, and we've only just noticed him. Kind of like Ivan Toney, 28, and he's just getting attention. Brilliant player. I'd love to see the way he finishes the season, just like Ansu Fati at Brighton, because I've always liked him. And you could nick him for reasonably cheap, 40, 50 mil in the summer, if he doesn't have a productive next 6 months at Brighton. Mintoma very good, but if you've look, they were selling Trossard, yeah? He only had 18 months on his deal. They were refusing to play him. Desegby said he wouldn't allow him on the training ground. But Brighton still got the best part of 30 mil for him. Ben White, not an England player. Still not an England player. No one else wanted him. We paid 50 mil. So to just spit my point, they're going to probably want 150 million for Mintoma for us. Because if we can give them 80 million quid for Ben White and Trossard, they're going to want fucking 160 mil for this geezer. And they bought him for 2.5. I don't know. I haven't got anyone in mind. I'm going to start actively getting on it, though. It's not like that, mate. So really, honestly, hand on heart, Ivan Toney wins us the league and Champions League. I think Pep Guardiola or Jurgen Klopp would have bought him already if he was that good. I think Gareth Southgate would have gave him an England debut if he was that good. That's all. Mate, I've seen the shittest of footballers play for England. Francis Jeffers, Dominic Calvert-Lewin. He'd be very... At least he's almost at them sort of Saka, Martinelli levels. Without, again, you need someone that's... You can't have someone that's way behind them, Lee. You know what I mean? No, that was Man City. Man City. I mean, you know, Arteta must have known him because obviously that's why he bought Pablo Mari. That's why he bought Zinchenko. That's why he bought Jesus. Pablo Mari was Pep Guardiola's first signing. He never got in the first team at Man City. Pep Guardiola ain't that stupid. But that is the reason why Pablo Mari found his way to Arsenal for 8 million, for 10 million. And we let Saliba go on loan. We'll see. Against Chelsea, Newcastle, FC Porto twice, and Man City. Our next 5-6 games, bruvs, we've got Man City away, Chelsea home, Newcastle home, FC Porto home and away. I'll tell you, because at the moment, we're playing 4 centre-backs in defence. For me, maybe I'm old-fashioned, like a Ferguson or a Wenger. I want a left-back to be a left-back. I want a right-back to be a right-back. He's got Jacob Kiwior, a centre-back, at left-back, because Zinni ain't the flavour of the month. Saliba and Gabriel are doing so well, we're not noticing it. And Declan Rice just being the defensive holding midfielder, as I always said about Declan Rice. It's a bit of a shame you've got to spend 105 million for a decent defensive midfielder, especially when he's English. But you know what you're getting with him. You're not going to get a flop at 105 million. But you're not going to get a Kylian Mbappe. He doesn't score, he doesn't assist. But he can control and manage a midfield. And Declan Rice, you know what I mean, is worth his weight in gold. Richie, still alive, good stream. Frankie, nope, I've heard that is more. And here is Rich. Again, he's bought Anthony. He bought Martinez. Yeah, from Holland, Ajax. Yeah. There was rumours that he wanted someone else, Timber, but we got him. They ran out of money. And yeah, he wants another couple of Dutch people, Frankie de Jong and Matthias de Ligt. Again, if he goes for de Ligt and Frank de Jong, this is Erik ten Hag, and presuming he is the Man United manager next season, these have got to go right. Good evening, Richie. Frankie at the carpet. I'd rather him than Zubimendi. Oh, yeah. Fuck yeah. This is where it's at, Phil. Thank you for the love and the loyalty. Shouts out to Rich also. Would it be better to get a right back and use Ben White as centre back cover? I believe that. But remember, we've got a right back. Timber is an actual right back. He played there for Ajax. He played there for Holland. I don't know why Arteta bought him and decided on his debut in a right rough and tumble place, the best league in the world. He bought a guy from Holland and wanted to fuck with him and put him as a left back. I don't know if that's Arteta's intention next year. But if he started him at left back this season on his debut, even though he got injured, I don't know. He could be our left back next season. So yeah, a left back or a right back, because Timber could slot back into right back. So yes, would it be better to get a right back? I actually think a left back could be better. But again, it's the Frimpongs that I think are more available. He says he was at Man City. He wants to come back to the Premier League. Yes. The golden hour. Can you get Robbie? Nah, mate, he don't like me. Smash the likes, guys. And again, of course, the same for Rich as well. And Rich, anytime you want to come on the channel, mate, again, the whole Ferguson Wenger thing, I can talk about it for hours. I think both of our clubs have suffered since the great ones left. Who are we talking about? Drogba. Definitely. And I do get that. Again, I hated the way Drogba used to bully us and beat the crap out of Sendros and whatever crap we had in central defence. But again, put Saliba, Gabriel, put a Tony Adams or a Keown. Drogba wasn't that amazing. Like, he wasn't a Haaland. He wasn't a Luis Suarez, you know what I mean? That could easily score 30, 40 goals a season. Vardy. Do you think he would have done well? Do you remember Wenger did bid for him? Yeah, mate. Shouts out to Rich. Definitely a good stream. Yes, most definitely. Again, I don't know. I know a Tottenham fan, and this is factual. He got offered to Tottenham. He got offered to Tottenham. Tottenham bid 9 mil. Then Brighton called Arsenal and structured a £30 million deal. No one wanted him. He was in the reserves. De Zerbi said he was a bitch and wanted him nowhere near the first team, and wasn't allowed until he publicly apologised to train with Brighton or the first team. I think at that moment you manipulate Brighton and get him for what Tottenham tried, 9 million. Is only not an English because Southgate is clueless. No, not really, mate. It depends what you believe, innit? Sterling got sent home from the England squad because his ass got broken into. I kind of understand that. For me, Ben White got sent home from the England squad, yeah? Because he wanted to go Club IB for 1830. He's already admitted he doesn't know who Vieira was, doesn't know if he wore the number 4 shirt at Arsenal, has just about heard of Thierry Henry, doesn't like football. He just happened to be good at it. Doesn't read about it. He detests the sport. Have you heard the interview? He hates football. He doesn't watch it. He just happened to be good at it. Maybe that's why I don't like him, you know what I mean? And he took Saliba's shirt. Saliba was number 4. And no, Southgate will just want a bit of... I don't like Southgate, but you got to be committed to him. You can't go to a tournament, yeah, that a lot of people die and chop off their left testicle for, to go, even to be just a backup player, part of the 25, 26-man squad. He realised he weren't going to get no minutes, so he wanted to go home or go partying in Club Ibiza. We're all going to Ibiza. So again, I said on the day that happened, he'll never play for England again. He'll never play for England again. Plus, they are kind of blessed with right backs. I think Livermento is good, let alone the Trippier, the Trent Alexander, and anything else that's coming through. Would you say Saka or Rice? See, totally different. Again, if you want to score loads of goals and get loads of assists, that's Saka. Rice does something that's a bit different. It probably shouldn't have cost over £100 million. But what Xhaka and Partey couldn't do last year, even though they were very good getting us to the top four, they don't manage or control in midfield. Xhaka can lose his head, get sent off. Thomas Partey's brilliant, but he ain't quite Rice. What Rice does, yeah, is pretty phenomenal. He holds it together. So if we're 1-0 up against Man City or beating Liverpool the other day, I rate Declan Rice a lot for that because I don't believe Granit Xhaka would have helped us to do that. Do you know what I mean? This is a guy that knows how to tell the other 10 players what to do. He might not officially have the captain's armband, but that is the captain of the squad, Declan Rice. So, yeah, even though it ain't a direct answer, they're both amazing, but they do such different things. One's an attacking guy. One, just make sure no one fucks with Arsenal's defence. Guardiola has got Alvarez, he's got Haaland, he's had talks with Mbappe. So without being rude to you at all, just to put Ivan Toney in the same sentence as Guardiola is like... Guardiola likes good footballers, mate. I'm going to be honest with you. Arteta sides are certain the kind of footballer. The ones that are Guardiola, Klopp, Real Madrid, PSG, Bayern Munich. We want the player none of them want. Name me which player we had competition for that Arteta assigned. I don't remember Real Madrid and Liverpool and Man City trying to poach Ben White off us at 50 mil. I don't remember Real Madrid and Man City trying to buy Trossard or Vieira or Jorginho. AC Milan and Napoli are linked with Jacob Kiwior now. I don't remember them trying to buy him when Arsenal spent 20 mil. Who tried to buy Gabriel Jesus when Guardiola had enough of him? Played Phil Foden and Jack Grealish as false nines before he would play him. Yeah? 12 months left on his contract, 50 mil. Don't know. So, Lee, you honestly think Ivan Toney is just a much better footballer than Gabriel Jesus? Even though Gabriel Jesus has played Champions League, he's played for Man City, he's played for Brazil, he's represented Brazil at tournaments. Like, is it not even close? Do you just think Ivan Toney is like literally Ballon d'Or and Jesus is a cocksucker? I'm not sticking up for Jesus. I just think it sounds like we're going to buy another fucking average striker. Do you know what I mean? Man City had a manual for Pong. Man City had him. Who's 32? Who are we talking about? Am I behind in the comments? Don't know who we're talking about. Who's 32? Perhaps Saliba's loan spell. Did it really? I was already saying he was one of the best defenders in the world while he was at Nice or Saint-Etienne. Forget Marseille, bros. What happened when he was at Marseille? He won the Young Player of the Year award and he broke down a wall that Ibrahim Konate can't do, and he plays for Liverpool. Upamecano, even though he plays for Bayern Munich, couldn't really do. He took people like Varane and a load of others out of the way and put himself in the French squad. Perhaps it was fate. If he didn't get in the French squad, yeah, and he didn't win the Young Player of the Year award, he'd have been sold, like Guendouzi, for £5 million. Bro, again, with a straight face, Lee, and I know you know football, you can't tell me Giovan Papadopoulos was better than him. You can't tell me Pablo Mari was better than him. Yeah? Was Ben White a better centre-back than him? No. He took Ben White's place. How about Mustafi? Bro, if we had a really good defence at the time and was competing for Champions League and league titles, I would have understood it. But when you've got a player on Virgil van Dijk's level and you're sending him out to France and not extending his contract, you're a wanker of a manager, mate. Exactly. But again, we know he didn't want that. He wanted the Timber and Zinchenko thing. The fullbacks flying forward. Now he don't like Zinny no more. Timber's injured. Shouts out to you, Rich. Martinez is the only Ten Hag signing the fans rate. I really like Martinez as well. The problem is maybe at 5'7", like I'm not saying he's not a good centre back. I just think like Timber was brought in at Arsenal and played on his debut at left back, but for Holland and Ajax and in the Champions League he's played right back. I don't know why managers do that, but Martinez for me I think would be a blinding left back. Do you know what I mean? And of course he can cover the centre half. For me, Ten Hag's fucked up. Man United made a big investment, or a couple. Maguire, Sancho. He made it clear he didn't really like them, wanted them gone. Now Maguire's back in the team. Johnny Evans. So I like Frankie the Young both. My only problem with him is every time I've watched him live, I've never liked him. Of course. What do you mean first few? He didn't get to the first few. He got to like the 20th minute. All right, no. The 48th minute or the 50th minute. He only played 50 minutes for Arsenal. And in pre-season, yeah. I get it, but, you know. Yeah. I love it. What, to win the league or? All right, cool. So whether it was Trossard the waste of money or Havertz, you just definitely don't need both players. Everyone makes mistakes. Exactly. Again, it ain't, mate, I don't do it because, what, clickbait or I might get one extra view. It's just my opinions, you know what I mean? I want the best Arsenal. And again, I'm not a manager or I'm not a coach. But I could have told you signing Vieira Havertz at 100 million between them both was not a fucking right idea. Southgate won't be a manager forever, but if you've got Trent Alexander, if you've got the kid coming through at Liverpool now, Bradley, whatever, is it Bradley Connor? Kieran Trippier? Liveramento? Mate, he gets nowhere near the other team. Nowhere near. Nowhere near. Do you know what I mean? Do you know what? I was wondering, was that 100% your power? I don't know. Yeah, I found that a bit spooky as well. Interesting. Your internet's doing the same thing, buffering here. Of course. Of course. A natural leader. Like Odegaard, whether it was written into his contract, again, unless I'm old fashioned, you know what I mean? Like you need the Vieira or the Tony Adams as a defender. I don't know. I don't like a striker. Like even when Henry was made captain, obviously he's one of the best players, if not the best player in the world. You accept it, but I still probably wouldn't have had a striker as a captain. Odegaard, and for me, he's not captain material. He should be relieved of the duty and let him concentrate on linking up the dots as a fucking attacking midfielder. All right, cool. And I can ask you this, Nick Nack. Out of the 28, or whatever it is, signings Arteta's made, yeah, how many would he get a profit off if he had to sell them all tomorrow? See, people like Klopp, Guardiola, they could do this all day long. And there's a lot of managers that could. And that's why I question Ten Hag at Man United. 86 million, Anthony. 57 million Martinez. You've got to be right on this. Anana, 50 mil. Mason Mount, 55 mil. Casemiro, 60 mil. When you make these decisions, you've got to be right. Hudgland, 72 mil. This ain't chicken feed, what the Ten Hags and that are spending. But Ten Hag did, in his first season in the Premier League, get top 4. Arteta didn't do that. And he got to 2 cup finals. Mate, see again, I respect that. But if no one wants a player, sorry, mate, he's not good enough. Simple as. And that's what I'm saying. We've already got good players. As you said, our 11 is very good. So what's the point of just adding players of the same sort of category or level? You may as well just promote Anwari, Lewis Skelly, and Amari Crozier Dewberry from the academy, Haylenders, you know what I mean? If you want to buy Fabio Vieira for 35 mil, you may as well give Emil Smith Rowe a chance. Again, I don't get it. Do you know what I mean? You don't want competition. Well, bro, if you want the finest players in the world, I'm afraid to say other teams will want them. And that isn't a massive alarm bell. They certainly are. I get it. Similar age, what? Both about 28. One's played for Man City, yeah? Won everything, yeah? And Premier League experience, like everyone screams about Ivan Toney. This geezer's popped up a season or 2 ago, scored what? 25 Premier League goals in his life, none international, none Europa, none Champions League. I find it incredible. What has he been doing since he was 18 years old? All right, and what about the way, and I don't care about this, I'd rather just a better striker, the way all the players love and respect Jesus, the way he runs around for 100 minutes every game, trying to connect play and everything. Again, I'd rather him score goals than run around like a dickhead for 90 minutes. But at the end of the day, this geezer has got an attitude problem. He wouldn't work in the way that Jesus works. Shit, shout out to WB. Thanks for watching earlier. Good to get some fans. Yeah, I know. I would have hoped I got a couple of your people over, brother. Every time I've done a stream with someone, I don't know, maybe I'm not their cup of tea, but thanks for you joining as well, bros. But yeah, my boys are as good as gold, mate. I noticed Manny was there, Lee Akers was there, a few of my people there. No, that's a different Frimpong, brother. You've definitely got it wrong. That was the midfielder Frimpong. We've had a Frimpong. We don't have the Frimpong that's at Bayer Leverkusen now. Mate, again, my football knowledge is too crazy. Yui will tell you that. Mate, we don't have oh my God, Jerome Frimpong, the right back. He was a Man City youth player. And like a lot of people, like Sancho and whatever, pissed off to Germany on a free. I think his name was the one we had, Emmanuel Frimpong. Well, bro, that wasn't rocket science, the Saliba thing. The first time I see him kick a ball, I knew he was international class. Same way I said to you about Arda Güler. I told you, innit? Do you remember what I said before he made his debut for Arsenal? He's already better than Virgil van Dijk. There's a problem, bruvs. Arsenal have to be successful because he will do the Henry and Vieira and fuck off to go and win trophies. And we won't be able to pay total wankers like Kia Havertz 330 grand and make them the top paid player at the club. Guys like Saliba won't have it. He's got balls. Just like the way he told Arteta and the board and Edu, I want to be the best paid defender at this club. Fuck Gabriel, fuck Zinchenko. he is the best paid defender at the club. Most definitely. But do you remember last season when Saliba got injured? Gabriel was lost at sea. No, we bought him from St Etienne. Thank fuck for the good old foresight of Unai Emery. 27 to be precise. Do you know what I mean? What a deal. Exactly. But he ain't going to get ahead of Saliba. A guy that he gave Ben White the shirt, yeah? Saliba was already better than Ben White. And I know you, deep down, whether you want to argue with me or not, Saliba's a million times, 100 times the defender Ben White will ever be. Yeah? Saliba's done more in his career than Ben White at his tender age. Don't watch that. Do you know what I mean? Why did Arteta need to spend £50 million when he already had Saliba, who's a better central defender? And then give him Saliba's shirt. And then when Saliba comes back, mugs him off and takes the centre-back place, Ben White goes to right back. Well, he doesn't play there no more, mate. He plays right back for Arsenal Football Club. So again, I'm going to ask you a simple question. Out of the 28, 29 players Arteta has signed, who do we make profit of? I've looked at the Man City players since Guardiola took charge. I've looked at the Liverpool players since Klopp took charge. Do you know what I mean? I'm doing this honestly and fairly, the way I see it. If Liverpool go to sell Salah tomorrow, even at 32, they get more than the 37 they played. Do you understand? Yeah? If we sell Vieira tomorrow, we don't get the 35. If we sell Havertz tomorrow, we don't get the 65. No one wanted Trossard then. Who wants him now? 30 at 30 mil. For me, there's only 2 players we can make a profit on. Look at Brighton. They get a profit on every player. They're brilliant businessmen. Wonderful run club. You know what I mean? Mintoma, 2.5 mil. If Arsenal knocked on the door, they're going to want 100 million. But go on, out of all of the signings he's made, yeah, because other people would have been sacked for this, how many would you get profit off if we were to sell them right now? Nice one, Philippe. Bros, I'm always right. I don't need to pick up telephones and the power of Google. I'm always right. Sorry, not in an ignorant way. I'm always right, mate. Do you know what I mean? My football knowledge is, again, sorry, no matter who could be in the building, like YouTubers, it could be like whatever's, pundits. My football knowledge is better. Second to none. What Spurs guy? You can't even name him. Who's the Spurs guy? Romario. Oh. Easily. Probably the best defender in the world, bros. Again, and I don't want no one to get injured, but if Gabriel got injured for a few games, I'm sure you'd see Saliba hold it up, whether it was with Jacob Kiwior or whoever. Gabriel turned to an absolute mess when Saliba got injured last season. Gabriel had time at Arsenal. He had Ben White. He never looked that wonderful as a centre-half. Brazil never played him. Again, it coincides. Saliba come to the club. Gabriel looks like a better defender. Yeah, I know. I just don't like to be a bloodsucker or a dickhead like look what Luca done. He come on my channel, said hi, and then said I'm going live now. Really? He really has signed that many, bros. It's ridiculous, isn't it? Go look. Pablo Mari. What was that all about? Sorry to say, he won't get 32 mil back for Zinni. Okay, we are. But a little bit like Brendan Rodgers, I believe when it comes to the nitty-gritty, we're not going to do it, mate. Full-heartedly. I will do, Lee. Shouts out to you. It's a very decent squad. So back to what we started literally 1 hour ago, Nick. Yeah? It isn't an Ivan Toney or a Neto that's going to make us win the league. Neto could be a bit injury prone, do a fucking Jury and Timber to us, yeah? We can't afford another 330 grand a week on Havertz, but then Arsenal fans say we can't afford Mbappe. Stop making so many mistakes. Don't give Nketiah 100 grand a week. Don't give Havertz 330 grand a week. How can't we afford Mbappe? Just cutting out the mistakes, we can afford Mbappe. Okay, so that's 2 out of the 28. I'm going to send him a blue Peter badge right now. And they're the 2 players I said, Gabriel and Odegaard. After that, no one. They don't sign people from Real Madrid and that, bros. Like we got Odegaard. Do you know what I mean? Or if you get what I mean, man, I don't know. Yeah. I hear you. But again, they didn't spend 50 mil on Ben White. They probably didn't even spend 1 mil. They spent 2.5 on Mintona, 3.9 on Caicedo. Madness. I think one of their most expensive signings until recently was Trossard. I do have hope. But now, again, why I wish we could be going for Mbappe in the summer. It is the next level, the top shelf of player. Zubamendi. Tell me how many times you've seen Zubamendi, bruv. The Real Sociedad central midfielder. Is that really winning us the Champions League? I don't know, bruv. Arsene Wenger could have managed him. Not a problem. Arsene Wenger could manage big profile players. The Ozils, the Sanchez's, the Aubameyangs. I believe this guy can't. We're not trying to sell. I'm saying, bro, I know exactly what you're saying. I don't want to sell Gabriel or Odegaard. In saying that, give me 100 mil, over 100 mil for either of them. They both leave my club because I could replace them for under 100 mil. Easy. Look what Liverpool done. Coutinho, they sold him for 137 mil. He was their best player, their top scorer and top assist guy at the time. Like literally levels, like Steven Gerrard. But what did they do? They used that 137, yeah, to help win the Champions League and the league title, yeah? Because they addressed 2 key positions. Their goalkeeper, the carriers and all that. It weren't working. They got a Brazilian called Alisson. And then they bought one of the finest centre-backs in the world, Virgil van Dijk. Exactly. But hold on. January gone, or the end of the season might be not be the best time to sell Salah. But as the Lord is watching me, at 32, they'll still get over 37 mil for him. And if it's from fucking Saudi, they'll probably get 150 mil for him. So again, all right, we can't sell or buy them, bros. Because even when we try and sell, what happens? They all go out on loan. Nathan Miles, 0. Do you know what I mean? Tierney on loan, 25 investment. He persecuted Guendouzi out the club, sold him for 5 million to Marseille, or whoever it was, and bought Lokonga. Where's Lokonga now? Playing well at Luton. Wow. Do you know what I mean? Jorginho, what was that? Because Pep Guardiola wanted him at Man City. That one never really made sense to me. God knows. So again, if he addresses certain things, doesn't buy a Havertz, because this summer again, if we go with the same sort of tactics, we're going to buy 3 players, 200 million, and then sell a few. It has to be the right 3. I don't blame him for Jury and Timber getting injured. Maybe he should have brought him off at half time. Who knows? Declan Rice. We knew what he was going to give us. We knew he went at Bellingham, a world star that was going to score and assist every game and look like the bollocks and one of the best players in the world for Real Madrid. But I felt it was necessary because we ain't had a Keown or a Vieira or a Tony Adams, someone that can marshal a game. All right. But if Havertz was like, again, I could ask you this in so many things. You wouldn't answer the question of the 28 players, how many could we get profit for? You refuse that because I take it you know I'm right. How about this one then? You're negotiating a new deal with Saka, yeah? You fucked with Saliba, and at the last moment had to give him a new deal before he walked out. Declan Rice coming at 105 million, your record signing. How the fuck did Havertz end up to be one of our highest paid players in history? Only two players have earned slightly more than him, Aubameyang and Ozil. Aubameyang and Ozil. Who sanctioned that, bro? Who done that? Mate, I'm like a fuck. But ask me anything. I promise you, and then go Google right now while I'm live. I won't even hit the close the live stream until you're satisfied that I don't need a telephone or anything else. Ask me anything you like, bros. I'll tell you like that. Okay, so it just shows you which team was trying to make Havertz their top earner last summer and spending a 65 million in. Who? Anything else? I think it's Lyon. I think he's at Olympic Lyon. But yeah, he's doing well. He's not a world beater, bruv. What I'm saying is we should have got more than fucking zero for him. Okay. But again, bruv, out of 28 signings, only 2 I reckon you get profit for. That for me is you've made 26 very average signings. All right, so you overpaid at 65 mil. What wanker possessed you to pay him more than Rice, Saliba, Saka, Martinelli? Who does that, bros? Okay, who's at their peak? Who's at their peak, bro? Who's at their peak? All right, Fabio Vieira, he signed him when he was 20. That ain't his peak. He ain't going to fucking make a profit on him. Havertz, he signed him when he was 24. He ain't going to fucking make a profit on him. Ben White, he signed him when he was about what? 23, 24. Bro, as the Lord and Allah is watching me, we're never going to receive more than £50 million for Ben White. I promise you. I'll close my channel down. If Man City come and buy Ben White tomorrow for 60 million, I'll be like, wow, Nick Nack, you're a genius. It's not going to happen, mate. Here, what? What about them? We can get a profit on them. What about them? I'm just saying it was about he was like, be more positive, win a title race. I was like, all right, cool. I will be positive, but we're gonna bottle it. We're gonna bottle the Champions League. I'm just still pissed off at Arteta's signings. No, you can't. What? Write the whole thing to me, bros. And I don't get what you mean. No, I can't. What? No, you can't. What? Tell you everything about football? Oh! If you buy top players at the top of the market, bro, it depends how good you are. Salah is 32, but if you're good enough, they'll still make a profit on him. You know what I mean? And they've had a Champions League and a league title out of him. Saka, he didn't sign him, bros. Martinelli, he didn't sign him, bros. Saliba, he didn't sign him, bros. So, Gabriel and Odegaard, you've got the same answer as me. So you get what I'm trying to say. Out of the 28 players signed, yeah? I get you. But again, bros, if Trossard was so good, the Saudis would be offering 70 million for him. If Havertz was good, we'll get 100 million offer for him in the summer. Ben White, the Saudis will give us 172 million for him. because Ben White is obviously a Ballon d'Or winner. I know I'm always right, bros. Always. Every single time. 28 million. Again, bros. He wasn't training with the Brighton first team. With respect to Brighton, this is Brighton. De Zerbi said he was a bitch and he wouldn't allow him near the first team squad ever again and said he had to be sold. So without devaluing a player, you're pretty much letting the world of football know you don't want this cunt. You know what I mean? He wasn't that young, bros. I think Brighton got excellent money from us, considering he was in the reserves. Bro, it's an example. Look at Wenger. He signed, Henry for 10.5 mil. After 10 years of legendary status and being our top scorer and one of the best players in the world, we still sold at a profit when he wanted to go and win titles. Van Persie, 2.75 mil. Even in the last year of his fucking contract, we sold to Man United at a profit. That's because he's a good player, mate. Nketiah ain't, mate. Simple. Okay? But we're all allowed different opinions. Patrick Vieira, captain, 10 years of service, signed for 3.5 million, sold to Juventus for 16.7 million when he was 30 years old. 10 years service. Arteta couldn't get 10 blowjobs, a 10-day service and make a profit out of a geezer. Exactly. The geezer's now getting into his feelings, so he knows I'm right. Because I've asked him a direct couple of questions. Name me who, if Arsenal was bankrupt right now, I'm not saying we want to sell anyone. Who could we make a profit on? He's not saying sell them, knick-knack. But it's a good way to measure if a signing has been a success. Yeah, or if it's a good way to measure, see if Liverpool want Arteta as your next manager, or if Bayer Leverkusen want Arteta to replace Alonso as their next manager. Does Real Madrid or Barcelona want Arteta as their next manager? Both of them have losing their manager at the end of the season. Ancelotti might stay for another year, even though he's 102. Fucking Xavi's quit. Who the fuck wants Arteta? No cunt. De Zerbi's been in the country a couple of minutes. There's talk of him upgrading to Brighton. Ange Postecoglou went to Scotland. He got the Tottenham job. Not a bad job, the Tottenham job. This guy couldn't get the fucking Real fucking Betis job. Bollocks. And like you just said, it's a good way to measure if a player has been successful at your club. And the titles and the honours they win. Ben White doesn't play for England. Was a centre-back. We made him a right-back. I don't know. That goes without saying. And also, if the price increases, it shows it was a great signing. Exactly. Look at Salah, 32. Do you know what I mean? Salah, 32. Well, I'd rather that than buy your average, the middle-of-the-road players, your Ivan Tonys. I'd much rather that. I've begged Arsenal to buy Arda Güler, Antonio Nusa, Osman Diamonde. I'd rather buy young kids than buy these shit cunts like Jorginho, Havertz, and whatever. There you go. Jorginho, exactly, pretty much finished before we signed. Exactly. Jesus played for Man City, the best team in the world. There was a clue why they wanted rid of him. Well, has Jesus been good value, bruvs? On his, 3 or 4 goals this season? And his 9 or 10 last year? Bollocks. 12 mil. And again, bruvs, he sold Guendouzi for less, who was a 20-year-old footballer. On an 18-month deal, and you'll still get 0. Okay, he was young. Okay. So you'd think he'd double up, triple up? Real Madrid want him next? No, he's shit. He's barely going FC Porto, Benfica, Braga. Move! Braga, so that's my dog. Braga or any other fucker. Here's another one for you, bros. Emil Smith-Rowe. We love him. Haylender, innit? But if anyone comes in, Arsenal going to say 50 mil. The geezer doesn't even get minutes for our club. So how the fuck are we going to get 50 mil? Eventually runs down his deal, leaves for free. Who the fuck is at my door? I'm not answering that. They can fuck right off. Well, I'm not answering that. But I'm going to get out of here, guys, shortly. Who the fuck is that? He costs more than what we got him. So hold on. He costs more than what we got him. Than we got for him. If we sold him again, Danny. You're right. Sorry, because the door was ringing. And no one should ring my door about a phone call. Alright, and what is Jorginho? Does he have, like, I don't know, Lukonga? I'm just saying it wasn't necessary. I'm not saying Guendouzi is a world beater, but you don't replace him with Lukonga and then send him to Luton. And my thoughts. And you know, even the other day, we're 6-0 up, 4-0 up, 5-0 up. He brings on El Neni. He brings on Cedric. And he almost begrudgingly brought on Nwari. Almost begrudgingly. Like, that's just piss poor. So what are they still there for? What are they signing for 12 mil? When we're 9 points clear in a title race, you're supposed to sign a midfielder that gets you over the line. My chin is always up, bros. I'm just saying, when we fail to win the league and the Champions League this year, the free signings need to be right. I think Neto's a great player, but he's injury prone. Injury prone. A little bit like Aaron Ramsey. Ivan Toney, I don't want him nowhere near my club. And Zubimendi, he can fuck himself. You didn't ask me about Zubimendi, bros. Zubimendi's very average. He ain't the central midfielder to come to the Premier League. From what I've seen of him. Would have been a very, very good signing. Yeah, but again, that was his very own utility. Where does he play? Left back, right back, goalkeeper. We certainly will, bros. We'll judge them at the end of the season, most definitely. Shouts out to all the real ones. Take it easy, Nick. As I said, bro, I wasn't trying to be, and I hope you at no point you thought I was being rude or anything. You could ask me any question. Rate this player, rate that. Give Arteta his props for that. And I'll answer you very dignified about lying. It could be a 10-minute answer. That's how much detail I'll go in. As I said, out of 28 players signed, there's only 2 that you'd get a profit for. And we're not saying we're trying to get a profit. But again, it measures how good the player is and how successful he's been. And yeah, down to Nwari. El Neni isn't building for the future. When he brought El Neni on the other day against Sheffield United, that should have been Nwari. All of them things confuse me. Bringing on Cedric. Where's Raul Waters? From everything I've heard, this Raul Waters is okay. But if we don't fucking give him a debut, how are we going to know? Mate, it's bare passion. Seriously, it is bare passion. I love you, Nick Nack, man. And I appreciate the love and the attention. On that note, guys, who the fuck was ringing my door? Because they know not to text me, because they must be a dickhead. I caught up. The dog's sniffing at the door. It's making me a bit paranoid. What is it, dogs? One 1 minute, local. I'm gonna go. My dog wants to walk. I'm gonna go and check the situation. But yeah, my dog started crying near the door. Northerners are us. Go on, girl. Yes. Shouts out to all the real ones. Chloe, make sure you've all got a big like on the video. Let's go and check how many likes we got out here. Chloe, make sure you've all got a big like on the video. 10. Let's go and check. At least that's a bit acceptable. Shouts out to all the real ones. I love you all, guys. Call anytime. I hate bullshit. Sorry, guys. Right, guys, it's been emotional. Shouts out to Rich Sports today. I have to give him a message as well. Yeah, decent night of streaming. Goal scoring streamers recommended. What's that? What's all these dodgy recommendations? I don't want them. Exactly. But I'll just put a button on that and say no more. Guys, on that note, please hit the likes on the video. Do be subscribing if we is new. It's been a good stream tonight. Shouts out to all of you that's been here. It's been emotional, as I would say in the trade. I just got to find where this fucker is. And who was just knocking the door? That is just kind of freaking me out a little piece. But anyway, screw him. It was only an idiot or someone that shouldn't be knocking. Now Loco's looking straight out the window like, huh? What have I missed, Lokes? I'm just checking a couple of things on my phone just to make sure I haven't missed nothing, guys. Who's that? Sorry, people are watching my status. I'm like, who's that? Never seen you in my life. Alright, fuck it. There you go. Guys, it's time to go. Any final thoughts before I get out of the building? Any final thoughts from my real ones? Shouts out to you all. It's been a wicked stream, man. It's all love out here. Who's that? I've got weird people looking at my status out here right now. That's a bit strange. Who's with me, guys? Just silent people. That looks bait. Fuck it. I'm out of the building, people. Peace out. I shall be back tomorrow, 10 p.m. Remember, Wednesday is FC Porto, and Manny will be in the building. Guys, peace out. Keep it Danny AFC TV. Don't be shy. Please spread the love. Share. Share on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, Twitch, Hitch, Flinch. I don't care, man. Just help me. Get the name out there and get the channel what it deserves. A piece of attention. Guys, peace out. Shouts out to all the real ones. Love you all in it. See you tomorrow at 10 p.m. live, guys. Fire.